Hello, so today I want to talk with you about mediumship and how to contact and communicate with those who have passed from the physical form and are now back in their energy bodies. And this is important because I want you to be able to maintain a relationship with those who are truly important to you. And just because they are on the other side of that veil does not mean that you can't continue your relationship with them. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So hold on. This is going to be really, really good. So just like being psychic, mediumship is also a natural tool that you use as an energy being. So it is something that is inherently natural within you, and my job is to just help you to tap into that natural resource. And just like with being psychic, the information that you are receiving is so subtle and so natural that our tendency is to overlook it or blame it on something else. So I really want to help you to slow down and notice and observe these things so that you can really begin to develop them. So today I'm going to walk you through that process and help you understand how exactly to do this. So what exactly is this process anyway? Well, let's get right into this. Well, the first thing you want to do is make a direct link to the person that you're wanting to communicate with. Now, how do you do that? Let me tell you. What you want to do is hone in on kind of like their energy frequency, so to speak. So all you really need to do is think about that person and kind of feel their essence of who they are. And by doing that, you're actually making a psychic link with that person. Does that make sense? Remember that there is no real time or space, right? So everything exists in the now, right here, right now. So all you're really needing to do is make that energetic link in order to communicate. And like I said, the way you do that is by honing in on their energetic frequency, or basically their vibrational essence. And you know what that feels like. I mean, you know what it feels like to be around them. So that is their vibrational essence. And if you think about that and you feel that within your being and you think about them, you are in that moment making that energetic connection or that energetic link. So once you've made this energetic link, what do you do then? Well, it's really easy. You communicate. You start to talk. And you can talk outwardly if you want. If you're in a place like at home and it's quiet and you feel like talking out loud, go for it. That's fine. Most people talk inwardly, and don't forget that your mind space in here, you are connected to that universal consciousness. So whatever you are thinking and sharing in here is sharing out into the whole of the cosmos, okay? So it is connected to everyone and everything. So as you begin to link up to that person and then begin to talk and communicate with them, you are actually doing that. You are actually communicating with them. So that's how you do it. The next step is then being in a receptive state. You want to be able to hear and receive their information of what they're trying to share with you. So that's what you want to do next, is get into a receptive and open state where you are listening in your mind space and waiting to receive that information. Now, oftentimes, especially if you know this person well, you will probably hear their voice inside of your mind space as the voice that they had when you knew them, okay? And in fact, so much so that there may be times that you've already had, like, you know, mental conversations with them in your head, and you don't even realize that you're actually conversing with them. You're not just like replaying conversations in your mind. You are indeed having that conversation communication with them in the right now, right there, so to speak, kind of thing. So yeah, that's how it works. Sometimes you will also hear them in your own internal voice. Now, this is where it gets challenging, especially if you're communicating with someone you've never communicated with before or someone you don't know really well. So it may end up as your own internal voice, as if you're having a dialogue with yourself back and forth, so to speak. But the more you practice and the more you hone it, the more you'll realize that there are slight differentiations between the two voices, between your own inner voice and the voice of the person that you're trying to communicate with. You understand? So give it time and practice as much as possible and be in that receptive state, and make sure you are journaling your responses. So if you are hearing certain things, write that down. Write down the questions and the things that you are trying to share with them as well. By writing that stuff down, it's really going to help you to hone this skill, and that's what it is, and that's what you're trying to develop. Now, the more you practice it and the more you do it, eventually, if you want to become a medium and you enjoy doing this on a full-time basis and you want to be able to help others with this skill, then yes, you can hone it to the point of becoming a medium, but that doesn't mean that you aren't already having mediumistic skills, which is what everybody has. We all have these mediumistic skills and abilities to communicate with other energy beings, because that's what we do as an energy being, right? So it is perfectly normal and natural. It's just kind of re-honing those skills and bringing them back up to par. But yeah, so if it's something that you want to do for others, then it's just taking that time to really develop that skill. Something that's really important is I want you to remember that you are an energy being, right? So being in the physical form is not the natural extension of ourselves, so to speak. It's just an experience that we're going through, okay? So when people pass over or pass on or move away from their physical body back into their energy body experience, we are then going back to our normal, natural lives before this physical experience, okay? So when we communicate with those who have passed on or passed over, they are not dead, okay? They are just existing at another frequency in another area, and all you have to do is tap in by doing these 3 particular steps. And I want to review them one more time, okay? So the first thing you want to do is make that energetic link by connecting to their essence, so to speak, okay? Then communicate your needs, whatever you're wanting to try to, talk with them about or share or whatever. And then thirdly, getting into that receptive state and listening and kind of figuring out what is it that they are trying to communicate with you. Okay, so practice these things. It may be challenging at first because it is so subtle and so natural that, like I said, we tend to overlook it all. So slow down, pay attention to your inner space, your inner mental space of what you're hearing and experiencing, noticing where the voices are in your mental space, and if they are different from your own internal voice, so to speak, you'll notice that there are differences in those things. You'll be able to figure out where the voices are coming in, and then you'll start to hone in on whose voice it is and things like that. And that all comes with practice. So practice, 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 all right? If you have any questions or you have difficulties and you want me to help you troubleshoot, please put your questions down below. I am happy to help walk you through this process. I want you to have these tools. I want you to be able to communicate with those who have passed from physical form, because it is a natural ability. It is something that you can do, and I want you to have this tool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, I would love it if you would like and subscribe, because that lets me know that you like my content, and it also lets me know that you want to hear more. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so very much for watching. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you would like to work together with me, I am fully available to do that. I do mentorships and coaching and training and all sorts of good stuff. So reach out. I will put my email down below. Feel free to contact me. I love working with people individually. All right. Have a great day and take care.